Hello, so if we just go back to the questions that we're supposed to do over here. So hey,
I got Superman checkpoint.
So I got two questions, but I'm gonna sneak them into one. How did you get Dante Basco on your show, and what was he like?
Blackmail and okay. No, we I might be breathing a little heavy here. Sorry. I did the vlog on Zuko alone, and it got back to him, and he posted on his Twitter and said, "Hey, this is really cool. This guy said a lot of cool stuff." And it's like, "Oh, that's neat. He knows who I am." And then I met him at a convention, and he was really nice, and we just hit it off and got along great. And I just said, "Would you be down for filming something?" He's like, "Yeah, it'd be great, man." So we just went from there. That was really about it. Sorry, I'm still breathing. Same thing with like Marisa Marsh and Rob Paulson. You know, you just sort of where I used to bring my camera and film a lot of stuff at conventions, and sometimes I still do, but it's half the time now it's kind of networking and just hanging out with people. Because like with Marisa Marsh and Rob Paulson, it was like, well, okay, I'm seeing him at this con, but I know I'm going to see him again at another con. So this one, I'm just gonna hang out with them, just leave a good impression. And they're nice people anyway, they're really cool. So that the following one, when I get there, and I'm like, "Hey, can you do this cameo?" It's like, "Oh, I know this guy, he's good people, let's do it." Same thing with Bosco. I didn't film a cameo there because it's like, hey, I could use it possibly for something else, you know, something much bigger, like the top 11 avatars. And it goes over really, really great. He's the nicest person. He is, you know how like when you talk to a person, like they'll make small talk, like, "So, how's your hair?" You know, or something like that. He'll ask you something, and then ask like 5 more questions, like you are the most interesting person to him. Whoever is in front of him is the most interesting person. Because you can tell, like, everything that you're saying, like, he's learning something, and he's soaking it in, and he just finds it interesting. He's like, maybe I can use this for something else, or maybe just, you know, a good life habit, or something like that. And you can tell he's really listening, he's asking more questions, and he is just the nicest person, and he's a great talent, too. So, yeah, he was definitely one of the coolest people to work with. So, cool, there you go. Thank you. Hey.
Hello, I'm Sampo, and this is kind of a two-part question. So, how did you decide to make 3 critic videos on 90s commercials, and what's your favorite commercial?
Actually, I think I have 5. There's actually 5 videos.
Oh, all right, yes.
But how did I decide to do it? I actually had, this is really embarrassing, okay. So I actually did have a DVD I put together of old nostalgic commercials, and I just had it because it made me feel better when I was feeling down. And this is before Nostalgia Critic even, so this wasn't even like a joke or whatever. They legitimately call me down. I don't know why it is. I mean, it's ridiculous, and it shows what a product I am of advertising, but I just really like them. I like they sort of had their own feel to them. So yeah, it was one of those things where I was just getting a little anxious and wanted to try something new. And I was like, maybe now I can do the commercials, because I ended the commercial, the review before it, like with this My Pet Monster thing, where like the director chews me out, and I was like, and I had like a little to be continued. I had no idea where I was going with it, and I'm like, maybe now I can do the commercial special. It'd be pretty funny, and it just went over so well. It was so much fun to do that now we make it like a yearly thing, and we're gonna do another one this year, and there's so much fun.
Yay!
What was that? My wife will like one of those. See, it's like, if you mean like funniest one, I mean that might be like, no, you know which one I like? It's one not a lot of people mention. It actually came right before the Wonder Boner. That's the Johnson one. Your kids and your Johnson. Whoa! It was a boat just called the Johnson, and they just, keep saying, your girl and your Johnson, your friends and your Johnson, and then your kids and your Johnson. Whoa! Hey! So that just really, that made me laugh.
Mine is the 80s Transformers commercials.
Yeah, those are great. The Sergeant Slaughter commercials are great for G.I. Joe. I actually met him. And it's really funny because he was in like the whole get up, the whole tire and stuff like that. And he's got like the character and stuff. And so I went over there and just like, hey, I'm the booth next door here and stuff. I just want to say, I'm a huge fan, and I loved watching it growing up. And a huge fan. He said, oh, thank you very much. Very kind. Super sus motion! Just not at all what you'd expect, but he was very, very nice. So, yeah, probably that one. That, for any reason, just cutting to Jeffrey Lebowski going, Johnson? I just love that. So, yeah, there you go. Hey!
Hello?
Hello?
Oh my. Look out! The Lord John has fucking bubbles!
Fucking bubble!
Are you drinking fucking bubbles?
Yeah, what you said.
It's just about, I don't know how to say this. I really respect you, but
Yeah, I think you said right.
but I'm going to blame you one thing.
Was it?
I'm going to blame you one
Blame me for
thing.
what? What's that?
Yeah, it's just I watched in last week your Titanic animated movies.
It's a classic. Isn't it?
No, I really shocked. It dramatized me actually, and I really was going to be like, you didn't say much anymore about it. I have to pause it and I have to say all bullshit about it. So you made me feel like a critic. I have become a critic.
You know, let me clarify something, because some people come up, and I've heard two things. One is that I love film a lot more because of you, and then another is I hate film a lot more because of you. People say this to me. And, you know, the critic is a character, and it's comedy and stuff like that, but especially recently, with some of the analysis, you know, the idea, in my opinion, the purpose of a critic is not to say whether they like it or not. The purpose of a critic is to give you a different point of view, a point of view you might not have thought about, whether or not you agree with it.
Okay, I have a question for it.
That's something that definitely I think is like an important part. I mean, even going past just what you're saying, in general, that's what I feel a really good critic should do. So it is one of those things where it's like, when I was a kid, I used to think the job of a critic was just to hate every movie I liked. You know, when I put on Siskel and Ebert, even though I liked watching, I would just be like, oh geez, well they're not gonna like, you know, this movie because it is Jim Carrey or something. And then when they liked The Mask, I'm like, really? And they talked about it and analyzed it, I'm like, that's kind of cool. You can actually like stuff that I like, okay, and they actually explain why it just makes you appreciate it all the more. So I think that's really the reason critics do and should exist, is to offer a point of view and to make you appreciate when something is really good even more. So I'm sorry, I kind of interrupted you there.
Yeah, but I have a question for this is, how do I become a real legendary critic? Like you, I feel myself, I really hate this. Not just a purpose, just feel like it. Because sometimes movies don't make any sense, so I feel like I want to be a critic. So how do I become a legendary nostalgic critic like you, sir?
Well, I say don't, because the job's kind of taken. No, in terms of like a legendary, if you're doing it for the fame, you're doing it for the wrong reason. You gotta do it because you love it, you gotta do it for the passion. And, you know, even sort of like, a lot of critics, if you ask them, even Roger Ebert, like, he didn't get into it because, like, I want to be a critic, this is what I want to do. No, he really loved film, and they just needed a critic at a place where he was already working at a paper. And he's like, yeah, okay, I guess I can do that. But he just loved film. So if you're doing it for the passion and you're offering a point of view that probably not other people are offering, or in a unique way that other people aren't offering, that's the best advice I can give. Give something that's not out there. Give something that people aren't doing but would want to see. That's probably the best advice I can give.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Sure, thank you.
I remember, watch more and more shittier movie than Titanic, please.
I don't want to see any more shitty Titanic movie. I'm good. I'm sold. Go ahead.
Hello. So as a kid, I was obsessed with Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
It's a good thing to be obsessed with.
Don't ask me why, but I wonder if you watched many of those movies, and what is the favorite of yours, or the least you hate? Let's put it that.
Even though they're very creative and everything, I personally never got that into it. It just kind of wasn't my thing. Even though, again, I know they're very creative and have their place and everything. But the one I think I liked the most, just for the concept, I thought was really creative at the time. It's a little passe now, but at the time it was really cool with the New Nightmare. I thought was really creative, where you actually see the performers like outside of the movies and then Freddy's attacking them, even though the actor's like at his house painting or something, like actual Freddy is going and attacking like the actresses. I thought that was pretty clever. I thought that was pretty smart. But yeah, in terms of the movies, like I like the creativity of the deaths, but even the first one like never scared me. A lot of those, even though I have a respect for them, and they're a lot of fun. A lot of those sort of 80s monster films, it never actually scared me, but they were cool. You know, and they're still kind of cool. So you know, I always say it's like when monsters were rock stars. They're monstars. You know, and there's a great appreciation for them. But yeah, probably a toss-up between the first one and then, yeah, I guess the last one, the New Nightmare, are the ones I like the most.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Hey.
Hi, my name is Erkka. So, you have all these great celebrities in your show, and even this great show, Shut Up and Talk, I like. When did you realize that you can like collaborate with these great celebrities, or something like?
I guess when I realized they give me more views. But no, it really is like, because the first one really was James Rolfe, and that was the one where I sort of, like when I was getting the idea to do this nostalgia critic thing, and you know, but is there an audience for this? Is there a market for this? You know, I don't know. You know, and will anyone even watch? And I saw him doing the video game nerd, and I said, okay, there's an audience for this, and this is funny, and this is a lot of fun, you know, let's try it. And then when some people were saying, you know, oh yeah, you know, it's kind of like what the nerd does, you know, and now everybody, you know, does it, everybody has a review show, but yeah, back then it was kind of like, you know, you get like the irate gamer, you know, that was doing like what he was doing, so, I mean, I'm sure there was more, but those are the only ones that were like, at the time, were kind of known. So, yeah, so I just sort of like, poked with a stick, you know, just say, nerd, keep your fans under control, and blah, 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 just seeing if anything would come of it. I didn't think anything really would, but it's like, let's just try it and see. And in the back of my head, I'm saying, wouldn't it be so much fun if it like turned into this big fight, and like I go over to his place, and we duke it out, and we have this big feud, and we taunt each other, and, but I didn't think it was really gonna happen. So when he responded back and was kind of okay with it, like, hey, maybe we can make something of this, maybe we can do something with this. It was just ideas, it was just collaboration. That really is what it's like when you get kind of a celebrity, when you hear somebody might be in your video or is going to be at a con, you start thinking, well, what can I do with this person? What'd be funny with this person? Because if you just have a celebrity walk in and be like, hi, I'm the celebrity, and leave, you know, it's not as funny. Well, sometimes it can. But even that you have to do very carefully. But there's this legit excitement you get when it's like, wow, well, I know Marisa Marsh and Rob Paulson, you know, Pinky the Brain are going to be at this convention. What can I do with them? You know, like, what have I always wanted to see? I want to see Brain crack and just swear at Pinky and just rip him apart. It's like, well, let's see if they do that. You know, they're just like, yeah, no, that sounds like fun. So yeah, it's just the excitement of what can you do with these people, what can you collaborate on, that most other people would probably want to see as well. And it's great, and they've all been wonderful to work with. So, cool.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. Hey.
Oh. Hello, my name is Thomas Stahl, and I have a two-part question for you. Have you any plans to review My Little Pony, The Rescue at Midnight Castle, and would you do it with Joshua Burner, aka Josh Corser, the Fairy Joker?
Alright, so the first one, so I have any plans to review My Little Pony, right?
Then The Rescue at Midnight Castle, the movie.
And what was the second one? I'm sorry.
The second one, would you do it with Joshua Burner, aka
Would I review My Little Pony with, I don't forget his name. I know you're talking about the fiery Joker guy. I talked to him before. He's a really nice guy. He's a lot of fun to chat with. You know, My Little Pony has never been like just my thing. I would definitely do it if I loved it and I could talk about it. But from what I've seen, it's like it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just I don't see that much material for me because I don't love it. I don't have a huge passion for it. You know, that is something that's much more his alley, because he loves it, you know, and he loves talking about it, he loves talking about the fan base, and he can make jokes about it because he legitimately enjoys it, has a passion for it. So, I mean, nothing's planned, you know, but, you know, I got him on my Skype and everything, and, you know, we chat every once in a while, so, who knows, maybe something will come of it, but unlikely.
Just a little side note, the movie that everyone screamed about you, the Santa Claus movie, the correct English translation of the name is Santa Claus and the Magic Drum.
And the magic drum?
Yes.
Oh, that's the English name, okay.
With that you should find it somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shaman drum would not sell in America. They just go, well, what's a shaman? Why am I seeing Santa Claus with a drum? What? Magic, we get that. So, cool, yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out. Awesome, thanks, man. Hey.
Hi, I'm Nini, and I'm a big fan of yours, and so is my dad. And now that you live in Chicago, what do you think is best about Chicago and why?
You know, the two things are really tough about Chicago. One is the weather, which is brutal, and the other I usually say is the government, which is also brutal. You know, unbelievably corrupt and everything, you know, and everything costs a fortune there because of it. But I love there's just an environment and an atmosphere to the city that I just love. And I've been to a lot of wonderful cities. And, you know, I mean, even some, it's like, I love Seattle, that's one of my favorite cities, but I know the rain would get to me, and, you know, it'd just be a little too gloomy. And at least with Chicago, it's like, you know it's going to stop at some point, you know, the snow's going to stop at some point, the heat's going to stop at some point, you're going to see the sun again, and well, I'm getting double fold here. So you kind of know you go through the seasons where with Seattle, it's like the rain kind of doesn't stop, even if it's lighter, it is lighter. Most of the time, but it kind of doesn't stop that much. So yeah, I think there's the people for the most part I really like, and it's, you know, it's nice, but it's not too nice. You know, it's not New York mean, but it's not, you know, super Seattle nice either. It's kind of a nice middle ground of, you know, yeah, you know, we're cool and everything, but you don't push me around either, I'm not a pushover. So I kind of like that. It's a really nice in-between. It's a nice in-between city. It doesn't seem too extreme. Like, we definitely do have some extremes, but it's not everything's an extreme. So I really love it. I think it's just, you know, it's like my favorite city.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Time for a game of disappearing bears.
Disappearing bears.
Yeah. And what is the weapon of choice?
A bag.
A bear.
A bag.
Oh, okay. So my question is, ABGN made a movie. Linkaras making a movie. Where's your movie?
Well, I kind of have 4 or 5. Kikassia, Suburbanites, I mean, that's about the best I can do. I mean, people are saying you're going to do like a big film and say, well, let me tell you, you know, I shot a scene for Lewis's movie and stuff. You know, don't get me wrong, he's working very hard and stuff like that. I mean, but like, something like the, you know, he's made a nice big set and stuff and it looks cool. I mean, Rolf had a tank in his movie. Rolf had like, you know, tons and tons, yeah, like hundreds of people on his movie. Like, he made a big movie, and he did a lot of it with practical effects and stuff, and I know what he's going through. Not that I've ever done that, but I know what a beast it is. And when he came back to us, and we sort of shot the cameo for To Boldly Flee, and he just looked like he went through a war. I mean, he was just like, you know, hey, I mean, he was nice and everything, but he was like, kind of shaking and kind of, yeah, so that happened. I like, have any stories? He's just like, yeah, I mean, to a point where he was even saying, it's like, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's the hardest thing I've ever done and everything, and I'm so proud that we got through it, but yeah, you know what sounds really good to me right now? Just sitting on the porch and listening to birds. You know, like, that just sounds amazing. I know what he's talking about because, like, you know, I mean, we shot To Boldly Flee in a week. It's a 3.5-hour movie in a week, and it was brutal. It was just so intense, and that's not even with half of what James had, half the people he had to direct and look over. So it would have to be something I was like, unbelievably, ungodly passionate about. Like, I will die if I don't get this out there, kind of thing, if I was to do that. And right now, I'm just so happy doing the show as is and sort of doing new things with that. that it doesn't feel necessary, and you know, doing a movie is not something like, maybe I'll do a movie, maybe it'll be fun. It's like, no, you have to be like in there. You have to be like 100% determined, even beyond 100%. So if I do, it's not going to be anytime soon, because just nothing's pushing me that hard, because I love doing the reviews so much. But yeah, in terms of something like really big and you see on the big screen and stuff like that, not anytime soon.
Yeah, and a little side note, one guy said that the Finnish Christmas story made him cry. Another Finnish Santa Claus movie called Rare
Exports, yes.
Yeah, it made me cry.
Well, for different reasons, I'm sure.
Have you seen it?
I've seen bits of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. I actually do own it. I have it. I saw the trailer. I just cracked up when I saw it.
It's horrible.
I said I gotta see this movie. But the bits I've seen have been fun. But I haven't seen the whole thing yet. Maybe this Christmas I'll sit down and watch the whole thing.
Thank you.
Hi, Doug.
Hi.
I actually saw you at Momocon last year.
At Momocon, really?
Yeah, I was
Wow.
there. I was there visiting my
That's quite a commute.
Yeah, I was there visiting my American friend.
Oh, cool. Well, good to see you again.
I feel like I've gotten so many more questions as I've been standing here. I guess I'll just come out with this one. Do you think you'll ever do nostalgia critic reviews on any Don Bluth movies? Because I love Anastasia and
You're a new fan, aren't you? I've actually done quite, and I love it. I've done Rockadoodle, Troll in Central Park. Another one, I'm pretty sure, haven't I? What was that? Oh, Pet on the Penguin. Yeah, that's the other one coming to mind. Maybe at some point I could do Anastasia, because that'd be an interesting one I think you could talk about. Or Titanic, I think would be a lot of fun to do. I always feel bad, because we just did a vlog talking about Don Bluth, you know, sort of the good, the bad, and the best, honestly. It sort of turned into more of a praise. And we were supposed to be making fun of these movies, but we just kept coming around to how much we love the good Don Bluth stuff. I mean, because it is just so amazing and so good. I do kind of hate bad-mouthing him, because I think he knows who I am. I kind of heard like he's got back and like he has a good sense of humor about it, but at the same time I'm like, I really don't want to keep making fun of this guy who I really love. I mean, Secret Nip's one of my favorite movies. But at the same time, the bad ones are pretty easy. So if I did do another one, it'd either be Tiny or Anastasia, one of those two. Because I think I could talk.
I would like to see Anastasia, because even though I really, really love it, I know that it has a lot of problems, because I'm a history bum, so I know that.
That you gotta just throw out the door. I think Pocahontas had a few inaccuracies. But yeah, if I was to do anything, it would be that or Tiny.
Maybe I'll ask the other question that I think is on everybody's mind, because it's so stereotypical. What do you think of Finland so far?
The biggest stereotype I've got, honestly, is that everyone thinks they do a terrible, that they speak English terrible. And you don't, you speak it fine. It's us that can't pronounce your names. And that's not fair, because your names are amazing. Like, I had somebody come up and say, my name's Alex. I'm like, no, come on, Alex Yor, or something like that. You know, there's something really cool, because everybody just sounds like, you know, that exotic, like, mountain guy that's going to take you on an adventure. Who are you? I am him, Yor. You know, I mean, it's just like, this is so cool. So every time I hear the name, I'm like, that is so cool, and I'm not even going to try and butcher it by saying it. So, no, every time I hear, I actually like that you all say the names before you give the question, because I'm just like, God, that's a cool name.
Yeah,
I love it.
my American friends can say my name, they have to call me by my nickname.
Yeah, we're just really bad at that. I mean, we haven't grown up with another language pretty much, and we should. I mean, really, everyone around the world learns English, and we came and learned one other language. It's bullcrap. So we really should really learn another one. But yeah, no, I was getting a little tour around here. I love the trees, I love the environment, I love the people, are really nice and stuff like that. Clearly you like your bars. We were walking through last night, and like, like every place was empty except for the bars that were just all but no, and I went to one of the club or the night party last night, and like all the fans were so nice and so cool. So yeah, no, I definitely really like it here. I'm so glad to be out here.
Yeah, I'm really glad you're here too. Some years ago, Little Grebo was here, and that was like my dream come true. And now you're here, and that's like my other dream come true.
I'm the other dream! Yeah!
This is my hometown. This is where I grew up, and I was born at. So
So
I'm really happy.
so I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming and for putting up with my shit. and for always making me laugh, because I love it when people can make me laugh.
Thank you so much for watching. Hey!
Yo, dog.
Yo!
I was at first gonna do another bad credit card joke, but it was taken from me. Damn you.
It was stolen from you.
Damn you.
That's bad credit card fraud.
So, I didn't get up with any good questions, but you bashed Man of Steel pretty bad some time ago with Angry Joe. I mean, he worshipped it, but what are your expectations of the upcoming Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice?
You know, the first trailer I saw looks pretty cool. And I was actually like, even though I know it's Zack Snyder and everything, I'm like, this looks kind of cool. It seemed like a cool idea and everything, and Affleck actually looked okay as Batman and everything. And I saw this new Comic-Con trailer, and I'm kind of like, it just looks like the same bull crap again. I don't know. Like, maybe it'll be good. I don't know. I mean, it is cool to see Batman and Superman together. I mean, where he stands up and he looks in, that's pretty cool. Wonder Woman looks great. I'm so happy that, you know, we're giving her a movie, because, man, it's like, now's the time for that. Like, 20 years ago, even 15 years ago, I don't think you could do it, and people would see it as too silly, but it's like, now with the effects and how far comic book movies have come, it's like, we can really do that. And I hope it's good. It sounds like they're getting really good people behind it. You know, I'm always, during that Sony hack or whatever, or Columbia hack, they had this guy talking about why don't we do a Black Widow movie? It's like, you know, and it really was like the Cat in the Hat thing. If you look at the chart, I mean, it really was, well, look at these numbers of these other films that starred women superheroes. Catwoman didn't return very well. Supergirl didn't return very well. You gotta make good movies first. You know, and it's just unbelievable. It's like that, well, no, it's just, the movie doesn't have to be good. It's amazing that mindset some of these people still have. And yeah, and for this one, they got like, I think they did something like, they originally had like a director of Breaking Bad or something like that directing, and then she left, so they're like, okay, we'll get another director. How about this one that did Game of Thrones? It's like, they're getting good people. They're clearly getting good people. So, you know, if we're not going to get this Black Widow movie like we really should, I mean, I think this is the one thing DC is going to beat Marvel to. They're going to get the first cool, badass female superhero movie. You know, and good for them, because Wonder Woman's a great one to do. Well, I really trailed off there, I'm sorry. But yeah, she looks cool, everything else is just kind of like Man of Steel again, but I could be wrong. I'll obviously check it out, everyone's gonna want to know what I think. And, you know, I hope it's good. I never want to go into a movie thinking it's bad. So I definitely hope it comes through.
Okay.
Awesome.
And also, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Yeah, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Hi, my name is Amanda.
Oh, that's, how about Amanda yours?
So thank you for coming here. And I just wanted to ask, have you made a review of Game of Thrones? And if not, could you do one, please?
Well, it's such a short-lived, easy to watch. You know, I made a joke here and there, but it's like, man, the whole show, it's not even done yet. I don't know what I guess, for one, it's a good show. I mean, I really like it. Second, I don't know how much comedy I could get out of it. You know, like I said, every once in a while I'll drop a little joke here or there, like just to acknowledge I've seen it, and hey, this joke connects to whatever. You know, I call Tamara Arya Stark all the time because I think she looks like her. But yeah, I mean, nothing's planned. It'd have to be something I really know I can get a lot of potential out of, and something funny, because I just can't think of anything right now to do with it. But who knows? Maybe at some point, maybe when they finally do the series finale or something like that, it'll suck like most series finales do, and I'll review that. So cool, yeah, but I'll definitely see if I can think of something.
Thank you.
Sure. Hey.
Hi. I'm continuing the tradition of weird names. My name is Pia.
Pia? Love it. Where are you like Pia?
Anyway, there's another great Finnish movie besides Santa Claus and the Magic Drum you should watch called The Big Game.
You know, that came to America, and someone was bringing it up to me, and I was like, I don't know it, and then they showed me the poster, I'm like, oh, the Samuel Jackson, okay. I haven't seen it, honestly, I don't know that much about it, but I think it's like in America, like right now, I think it's like playing, and a couple people have brought it up. So, yeah, I probably should, just out of all the stuff people were saying here, I should probably check it out. But yes, I am aware what it is, and I do want to see it.
Yeah, and I have another question. So, are there any are you going to upload YouTube any blooper reels or something?
And usually on the making of videos, there's usually some bloopers. In fact, they usually start off at the beginning. On the new DVD we have coming out, we have some bloopers there too. Yeah, it's something I just haven't kept as on top of because I'm usually just so focused on getting the review done, and it's like, oh yeah, there were like some bloopers there. Yeah, I should have done that. It's like, well, there are Malcolm's behind the scenes. I'm sure I got them there. So yeah, if you want to see them, usually the behind the scenes are usually the best way to see them.
And are there any in Nostalgia Archives? Are there any episode that was never uploaded?
Not that I can think of it. As you probably heard, I mean, I'm pretty basic on if I shoot it and it's there, I'll upload it. I mean, just to see the reaction it'll get. There was one. I think the first year I was trying a new series, and it was just too short. It was like 2 minutes long. I'm like, no, that's way too short for something Nostalgia Critic. It was like a series called Hey, Lay Off, and it was like. I think the idea was like, hey, stop yelling at something that everybody's yelling at, it's not that bad, or something like that. And even the idea, it's like there's not that much potential for it, that you can get really, really good comedy out of. So I did one, and I'm like, nah, this is stupid. I didn't run it because it was only like 2 minutes. But yeah, that's about it. Everything else I usually just run. I edit out scenes and stuff, but I mean, yeah, I usually just run them.
Thank you.
Sure. Hey.
Hi again.
Hi again.
Yeah, well, just a few things about the culture thing. It's funny that you find Finnish very epic, because I think Finnish is really, how would I say, everything sounds really ordinary, because I think one of the reasons Finnish translation of Hunchback of Notre Dame failed, because we use the same word for Lord Guard and Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, and also Finnish version of Alex is Alexi.
See, I just have some cool Alexi.
Yeah, Nor and Bor are some Swedish things, so most Finnish wouldn't take that so kindly.
Oh, sorry.
Like I said, like we talked, we have to learn Swedish. We are not kind to Swedish. But my favorite your reviews are your cartoon reviews, and I love Disney December. Have you planned to do a full Nostalgia Critic episode of some really crappy Disney movies, because there are?
I did do the Princess Diaries too. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, but that's like a Disney live action movie, so it's kind of not always.
One of the cartoons, I mean, most of them, I'm trying to think maybe Home on the Range would be pretty funny. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I mean, the ones that would be really bad are ones that are I don't know, Disney has to go really far to piss me off in a movie.
Oh, really? To me, it was Hercules.
No, see, even Hercules is so bizarrely bad that it's kind of hard to get angry at it. I'm more just trying to analyze it and study it. I just find this intriguing, I can't figure out why these choices and why they did this, but it doesn't piss me off or anything. I can't find a ton of comedy.
Yeah, but I think there are if not full Disney movies, how about the sequels?
We're not doing it this year. We were talking about maybe the year after doing a Disney December for all the Disney. Yay! But there's so many of them. That's the thing, and they're hard to find. So it's definitely one of those things where it's as soon as I'm done with this Disney December, I'm gonna have to start looking for them. I think.
Yeah. Well, it could be next January. the worst Disney sequels.
Maybe, but I'm not looking forward to it, I gotta say. I haven't seen...
No, but
I haven't seen that many of them, and the ones I have seen have not been very good.
I watched everyone. They are really bad.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I'm not too bad of a Disney fan.
Clearly. But at some point we'll do those, because I want to see if there is like that one good Disney sequel that like...
Cinderella 3.
You know, no, honestly, I haven't seen the whole movie. I've seen bits and pieces of it though, and I'm like,
but
okay, this is a dumb story, but I'm kind of invested a little bit.
Yeah, Cinderella 3 is actually really good.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's not like a full Disney movie good, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I saw bits of it. I was kind of like, out of all the sequels, this is actually like kind of a fun idea, and like, you know, there's a lot more focus on the villain, which I like. So it's a little interesting.
Sorry, it's actually one of the movies that gives like more personality to Charles. I mean, Cinderella is pretty empty in the first movie, which is mostly like, how would I say, it's a very pretty movie, but only people with really like personality are the mouses and the bad guy.
You know, I make a little bit of an argument for Cinderella. She has a little bit more personality than people give credit for. The prince has none. You know, he really is just the eye candy or whatever. But she, you know, if you want a personality-less Cinderella, see the new Cinderella. That one has no personality. They make her way too happy and way too, oh yay, la la la. The one in the anime one gets angry. You know, and you see it in her expressions, and true, she doesn't do much, but she's also, again, been raised as a child to believe this and be this way. In the new one, it's like, she's a full-grown adult. It's like, why don't you just leave that place? Oh, it's my parents' home, you know, it's like, no, leave! What's wrong with you? She ends up leaving in the end anyway. You know, so it's like, there's a million things that don't make sense, where it's like, in the anime one made a little bit more sense, but I'm apparently not here.
I'm not saying I love Cinderella. I think it's a beautiful movie, and it doesn't bother me too much that she doesn't have much personality, but I do think the new one gives her a lot more like agency, and she has to be more heroic, and I do like that.
That's interesting. I just remember her locked in the room and not even trying to offer help.
Yeah, in the new one she's in a demonic pumpkin carriage and she has to rescue herself.
Yeah, but she didn't. The mice.
In Cinderella 3, the sequel.
Oh, in 3? Oh, okay. I think you're talking about the live.
Not that one. She was just sitting in her.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. They live happily ever after. Fairy tale. Hello. I got our people to get to, but definitely right now, and I will check those out.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hey.
Hi, I'm Nina, and I'm sorry, I might stutter a little.
Oh, you're fine.
First of all, thanks for being here. I never thought I would ever see anyone I watch on YouTube, like live, in real life. And
I move differently, isn't it weird?
Yeah, and quite honestly, I still can't believe you're real.
Really was real, really.
But yeah, my question was, ever since I heard you're coming to Finland, I've been like making these conspiracies kind of in my mind about...
I can't wait to see where this is going.
Like, why? Why would you come here? Like, seriously, are you...
Well, why would I not? It's Finland.
Yeah, is like really being requested to be here all there is to it for you being here, or is there an ulterior motive? Like, are you making a video of sorts about this, or are you watching some kind of Finnish movie or something like that?
There's got to be some other reason. Just for Finland. It really is just for Finland. There's a convention, one of my favorite conventions called Animecon. That's the same weekend. And I found this out after I agreed to Finland, and I was like, it's Finland. How often am I gonna go to Finland? And the people have been really nice, and this is like, like I said, like a 10-hour flight to come out here, and like I said, if people, and look at this room, there's so many people here and stuff like that, so many nice people. It's Finland, and I love it. I'm so happy to be here. So there's no other motive except Finland.
Yeah, I just like kind of, it really feels bizarre like having someone as big as you right here. So like, seriously, thank you for being here.
Oh no, thank you for having me. It's awesome.
And I want to thank you for the nostalgic critique about the last Airbender.
Okay.
And last summer I found the video and I've been watching it like 10 times and have got a good laughs each time. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
And recently I started watching the Avatar vlogs you made. And I've just seen the videos about the first season, so I haven't seen the rest yet. And my first what I was thinking about when I was watching the videos, I thought that, oh, he still doesn't know how he's gonna like this whole series. And I wanted to ask that, who is your favorite character in Avatar and why? And actually, it's a two-part question.
Sure.
Who is your favorite character? What is your favorite? Your favorite parts of that character? And what is the part when you realize that Avatar is such a special series?
My favorite character is Zuko. Love Zuko. And so it is such a well-written character, and it's such a perfectly acted character. And I think at some point I did something like my top 10 favorite characters or something like that, and I realized like, yeah, you know what, I would actually switch out Ed from Cowboy Bebop with Zuko, even though I love Ed. But Zuko is just the meatiest and most interesting character, and maybe Iroh would be a close second. And in terms of when did I know it was like a really special show and really good, trying to think. I mean, a lot of people would say The Storm, and that is one that was sort of like, oh, okay, well this is, yeah, now things are getting kind of interesting. Man, I don't know. It just sort of happened so gradually over time. You know, maybe the beginning of the second season when Azula came in, and you see, and again, kind of spoilers, but maybe not. When Zuko cuts off the rest of his hair, and Iroh does the same thing, and I'm just like, oh my god, like this is the beginning of the second season, and this is happening. Like, what is going to happen? I am so invested. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next. And it's been a long. I don't have many shows that are like that. Even Game of Thrones, like I'm sort of just catching up on. Like, I should catch up on that. Whatever. It's like the two shows I can think of where it's like I am hyped to see, you know, what's going to happen. You know, and one is Avatar. Right now, it's Gravity Falls is the other one. Yeah, it's. But it is probably, it's my favorite show now because it was the one I was the most excited to see what was going to be in the next episode. I was the most disappointed when I found I had to go back to work. And I love my work, but that's how good a show is when it's like, oh, you have to go do this other thing that you love now. It's like, but I love this more. So yeah, it was just a wonderful, wonderful show to sit through, and it's still my favorite.
I agree with you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey.
Hi. So, I just love watching you just have the epic battle with the nerd and first with the video replies and finally duking it out outside. It was so freaking epic. And now I'm sad that you kind of answered my question. I was going to ask you about what was the story behind getting to duke it out and with the battle. But since you kind of explained it, I'm going to ask a different one. Have you guys been thinking of doing something similar in the future?
Oh, well, like a fight or something like that?
Yeah, something, or working together to do a better review or something.
We kind of just did the new Turtles movie. And that was a big one, and a lot of people really like that one. So, yeah, we don't want to milk the cow too much here. So, yeah, I mean, it'll probably be a while before we do anything else, but yeah, that was definitely one that was a lot of fun to do, and it was great recreating the opening of the Turtles cartoon and stuff, and then like paying homage to all the different Turtle versions. So yeah, that one was a lot of fun, and it's still good. It'll probably be a while before we do another thing, but yeah, that was definitely a great deal of fun.
All right, thank you very much.
Sure. Hey.
Hi. Anyway, you do this sometimes big shoutouts to movies and people you like, and you are not just criticizing the things you don't like. Do you have any plans to do a video about 20 years anniversary of the first Toy Story? It's this year.
You know, God, I feel old. I'd say, you know, the Disney December I did, it kind of nailed what I really love about it, because I do really love that first film. I don't know, if I did anything, maybe be like an editorial or something like that, because I can't think of that much to make fun of. Although, again, the Honest Trailers did a really, really good trailer of it. They still like it, but they point out all these things. It's like, I never thought about that. Holy smokes. So probably not, because like I said, the Disney summer sort of nailed my thoughts on it. But we'll see. If something pops in there, I'll definitely incorporate it.
Okay, if I'm right, it's next Thanksgiving when the 20 years anniversary is. So I was thinking it was its first full-length animated film, CG animated film of all time. So we wouldn't have like DreamWorks anything without Toy Story. So
yeah. So no, I'll definitely think about that. I'll see if I can incorporate it in.
And you can talk like 1 hour with one-liners. So would you care for some change?
Change!
Thank you, you made my day.
Oh, yes, yes. Hey,
why haven't you done any Jackie Chan month?
Say again, I'm sorry.
Why haven't you done any Jackie Chan month?
Why not a Jackie Chan month? Because it's too obvious? No, I love Jackie Chan. There's definitely some bad movies, obviously. I don't know why I haven't gotten any of his movies. Again, maybe because he's just so likable and it sounds weird, but it's really hard to make fun of him because he's just constantly putting his ass on the line. It's like, oh, what am I gonna do? He puts his ass on the line and smiles, jerk. He just seems so much like the real deal. So it'd be hard to find stuff to make fun of him for. Maybe the cartoon. Did he do a cartoon like Jackie Chan Adventures?
So yeah, I'm the guy you shook hands with at the door yesterday.
Oh, cool.
This glove is never coming off.
I love that reaction it got, man. I don't need a one-liner. That was enough. Ow!
So yeah, there's this one movie that I've seen, but never heard anyone talk about really. It's Ron Howard's Rush.
Rush? Is that the stars Thor, right?
This is a Formula One movie.
I have not seen that, no.
No wonder I've never heard anyone talk about it. You guys haven't fucking seen it.
Well, there you go. Is it like a bad movie, or?
No, it's really good.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
You should.
Yeah, okay, cool. I will look up Rush.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks a lot. Hey.
Hello. You kind of answered this already in various forms, but I was wondering, because it was so much about Finland, and have you been in other foreign countries doing some cons, and is there something that inspires you to go this kind of idea that, well, I'm never gonna go to that place otherwise, or is it more you get on a plane and go to this con, and then you get on the plane again and then it's over, or is it something in between?
It's, there's some places in America where it's whatever, I've been to this state before, so it's no biggie, get on the plane, do the con, have a great time, come back. But no, whenever I travel abroad, it's really cool. I've been to Austria, I've been to France, I've been to, the UK, and I'm trying to think top of my head. I think those are the biggies, and obviously here now. So no, it really is one of those things where it's I've never been here before, and this job surprisingly gives me a great excuse to travel. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I said, I'm giving up one of my favorite cons to come here, because the people have been so nice and asking me, and Finland itself was just too attractive. I just really wanted to see Finland. So yeah, no, it's definitely something where it's wonderful traveling and seeing all these great places. So cool. Okay, and sadly that is the last one I could do, guys. If you did not get a question answered, go ahead and come up at Autographs and ask me there. Like I said, I'll have DVDs and prints to sign. If you bring anything to sign, that'll be totally free. And everyone, it is so cool being here, and you are all so wonderful. Just thank you so much for being so welcoming and so cool. Thank you so much.